I love it, Nameh. And welcome
To
the mystical Riff by the river.
By the river! It's over there!
It's over there. And I'm Leah.
I'm Nameh. Welcome.
Welcome. I will be holding down the tarot side for this reading for fifth lines for August.
Ooh, yeah! Well done. We have like our tick boxes of the things to make sure that we say. Yeah, so line 5s, I'm holding the qualities or the concepts of human design. So human design can be a roadmap of articulating how it is that your energy naturally wants to function. And so Leah will start with a tarot card, and then from there I'll offer a human design gate. And part of the thinking for this structure for these readings is we're going through the lines 1 through 6. So if you think of the activation, the gate activation that's situated either in your sun or your earth placement, it's the point number after the gate. So if we're talking about gate 10, 10.5. And so if you have a 5 somewhere in your sun or earth activation, that's going to refer to your profile. So are you a 2-5? Are you a 5-1? Etc., etc. Perhaps something that we discuss and explore will provide support to you as you're navigating eclipse season in August. We'll see if eclipse topic comes through.
Yeah, it has come up a couple times.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Line 5s. Oh, hello.
Hello. How you doing over there?
Okay, you guys. 7 of Cups. Bloop, bloop. So, 7 of Cups. Cups, just little context. Cups are water, relationships, the psyche, spirituality, love, and connection. And 7s tend to have a little bit of tension as you move towards an initiation period. So there's like a slight little challenge coming on. And in this particular case, the 7 of Cups, and you'll often see this in decks, including in this card, you'll often see 7 cups with 7 different beautiful things flowing out of them. And some of them are not what they seem. So it's a card about illusions and tapping into your own discernment to understand both what's real, what's genuine, what's going to feed you, and what's more hollow or actually just not true to who you are, even though it might be all dressed up in a way that feels really nice. So it is that like navigating temptations and options. It might even mean you're in a big like moment of deciding amongst numerous possibilities and trying to decide, you know, what is most true to you. And so, yeah, really tuning into that discernment and trusting your own self and your own spirit to guide you through that.
What I love about what you're speaking to with the illusion detail is what can be the experience, and we're both 3-5 profiles, so we have 5th lines in the unconscious location of our profile, is the illusion detail. So what can be the experience for 5th lines is that part of what makes us seductive to the world is this perception that we could solve another person's problem. So our ideas, our answers to our questions, etc., our universalization towards a struggle or a problem could be beneficial. And part of what makes us seductive, or what makes 5th line seductive, is the projections that people put onto us. So I'm making the tether between illusions and projections.
Yeah.
Like if I came to you, which I kind of did, there's one of the decks that we're using in this month's 3rd placement. Anyway, one of the decks that we're using in these readings for the month of August is about herbal medicine, so plants, etc. And I was like, Leah knows a lot about plants, and I projected like I've got a little bit of knowledge, but I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And so I might put on your shoulders, you're the expert, you're the one who can fix and tell me, like, I scraped my skin, what's the best medicine that I should use? So I'm making that connection with the Seven of Cups. So what can be support to fifth lines are boundaries, 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 where Leah could have said back to me, like, I've experimented, I don't have a great depth of knowledge. I've got some information, I'm happy to share that with you. So setting expectations and naming those details.
Yeah, I love that. I think, projection as well as like transference of like seeing something in an option that maybe isn't actually there, but it's maybe triggering a certain memory of a person or a relationship. And it is not easy to navigate that stuff because we're all living inside of our own human experience. And if somebody reminds us of someone, it is really hard to not layer on and project onto them all these things from our past. And so I do think illusions also involve a lot of our own inner our own pasts, and so there is inner work to be done in that regard.
Yeah. And I guess I'm also wanting to put a positivity around not all projections are bad. You know, like
the herbal medicine one was not so. I was like, yeah.
But it's even like looking here at some of the images that are depicted in this card. It's like, if I'm reminded of something that's my interpretation of what is on the card, and it brings me to a next placement or brings me to a next step, wonderful.
Yeah.
I guess how fixed on the projection is one, or fixed on the illusion.
Absolutely. And to add to that sort of positivity train, I say this to clients, and it feels worth saying it to you. There is no wrong choice. Whatever you choose, there is a learning journey. Yeah. So you might choose a cup that turns out not to be what you thought it was, and that's okay. It's part of the journey, you know? Like, we do our best to tune in at each step along the way, and then sometimes we're like, oh, oops, you know, I that wasn't exactly what I meant, and that wasn't actually what I wanted, and it feels worth saying, because I think sometimes when we're in that moment of choice and options, there can feel like this pressure to choose the right thing, and that's not really even something I think is real. Like, I don't think there is the right thing.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this so many ways. I know. Okay, so I pulled gate 34, the gate of power. And so this is a gate that's situated in the sacral. And it's a gate that I have 5734. So this is actually a gate that, if you had this, would make you a generator. Leah's a projector based on human design, because it would connect with your 57, it would connect with your gate 10, etc. So the power of the great is in the individual circuitry, but in like a subset of the individual circuitry, and it's about being able to be self-empowering. Like, it's so focused on self and so focused on self-survival that it could have blinders on for who's around them. So how this was originally explained to me was, if there was a fire in a theater, just follow Nameh. Because I know how to get out of the theater while this fire is happening, but I'm maybe not going to be focused on those around me to say, okay, everybody, let's go this way, etc. So it's interesting. I'm curious how you might hear power and horse together.
Yeah, I mean, horses are powerful. We also use the term horsepower, you know, like in cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, hearing all that, I just think of horses as this like incredible spirit, this incredible energy. And like here in northern New Mexico, there are a lot of horses around. And when I first moved out here, I was a little nervous around them because I wasn't used to being around horses because they're so massive and muscular. And I just didn't know kind of how to work, you know, and be around. And I mean, I've gotten more used to being around horses and I find their power awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, also if there is a fire in a theater, follow the horse. Like the horse is gonna know where to go. The horse is not gonna turn and ask me, like, you know, you good, you know, just follow the horse, you know. And then connecting it to Seven of Cups.
Please, I'm not seeing it yet.
It makes me think about what it is to trust in your own power, and sometimes we make choices that are based on shrinking ourselves and not trusting in our power. And sometimes we do have to make safer choices based on logistics, and that is totally understandable. Like I said, no wrong choice.
No wrong choice.
And yet, trusting that in your power and that, yes, you do deserve that opportunity, that possibility that really meets you at your most powerful is where my mind goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was also thinking about, you know, this gate 34, how it's linked up in the human design circuitry, it's all only gonna handshake. I think about, you know, when we create a channel in human design, it's two gates that connect, and it's only gate 34 is connecting in the individual self-survival structure. And so and then I'm also thinking about a horse. Like a horse, I would say most of the times that I witness a horse, and I'm talking about like a happy horse that gets to live its happiest, healthiest horse life, isn't demonstrating power all the time. You know, I think part of the learning journey or the trajectory towards grace that is true for the truest power is knowing. I was thinking about this with a tractor. Like, have you driven tractors?
A little bit, yeah.
Like, they have so much power. Like, I remember one time in my farmy days, I was like, oh, I could just use the bucket to post pound. Like, post pounding is a job. Doosh, doosh,
Yeah,
doosh.
feels really hard on the body.
Right. And all I had to do was just go. And yet I was doing it at this moment with a volunteer who was holding the pole.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I miss, I could do severe damage to this human.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, the graceful, truest version of power is really understanding what you have, which I wonder if you could make that connection with Seven of Cups. It's like, what is it that I really have? And what's my next move?
Yeah.
Which cup am I drinking from? Am I sharing with? Etc.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you just said it.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels like it's that, like knowing that you're so powerful and discerning how you want to like use that power while trusting in that power. And you were talking about like the individual inside of this, and it made me think about the like therapy concept of individuation, and which also connects to like projection and transference stuff. Like, we as humans can kind of blend ourselves and through projection, through transference, through really like weak boundaries, like we can get all kind of blurred in who we are and who someone else is. And so that feels like knowing that that is a like the individuality is a part of line or gate 34 feels like a reminder to do some inner work to help you differentiate self from other. And I don't say this to say that we're not all connected, because I also do truly deeply believe in like we are all one ecosystem. And sometimes when we're overly blended with other people, we are actually like draining our own power. And so that like sort of regaining a sense of yourself to be able to bring yourself to the world, and also to be able to understand what it is you you really want, and to make those choices that are presented in Seven of Cups.
I love it. And the other deck, I pulled Empathic Starseed, which I think totally relates to what you just said.
Yes.
Energetic sovereignty.
Releasing what is not yours.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way this picture is showing is it's almost like, could be a mirror, could be a portal, etc. And what I'm hearing is kind of a pickup from this last bit that you were sharing is, you know, these are my roots. This I am this tree. You are that tree. And we might share resources. We might have a bond. We might have a connection.
Yeah.
And I know what's me and I know what's you. I can sense or have an empathetic towards who you are. But ultimately, which I think is embodied with Gate 34, is oxygen mask on me first.
Yes.
So that I have the capacity to run out of the theater.
Yeah. And I'm getting the image too of like someone being pulled in lots of directions, like maybe different people and voices in their lives that are calling and asking different things of them, and how overwhelming and confusing that can be. And you could also see the Seven of Cups could sometimes mimic that. Like you're seeing an option over here, I'll pull that direction. And so that energetic sovereignty being asked for in this empathic starseed can help you actually sort of, you know, cut the cord in the cord cutting sense, you know, send light both directions, but like cut the cord so that you can feel your own energy and not be as sort of deeply swayed by the voices around you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because as much as the fifth line could feel seductive to other, it could also be seductive to be the savior. I know that one. Yeah. All right, y'all. Happy August, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, 5 lines.
Bye.